Welcome to the Backwoods Mechanic channel. Today we're going to be showing you how to briefly put some extenders onto your battery terminals to reach your battery and how to change an alternator on this 2010 Toyota Camry. Alright, so what we're doing today, we got us a brand new alternator for this customer's car. That's what we're going to be putting on this old Toyota VVT-high 16 valve Toyota Camry. Of course, our parts come from CarQuest Auto Parts Stores, number 11034A. Unlikely, this thing has probably got the voltage regulator went out on it, or the brushes went out on it. Now, hey, we'll go get them a new one put on it because that's what they want to do, and then we'll take the old one back so we can get it fixed up and resell it to somebody else. It's easy to get to the voltage regulator brushes on these right here. You just take them three little fasteners out right there and get straight up on it, get access to it. Plus, we're going to be fixing the battery terminals here, putting some extenders on there. This is exactly what I mean by the extender, because your battery terminals will not reach all the way. They barely reach up in here to it. You need to cut them off, put some on. That's why you put these right here on. We're going to be putting the extender right here on our negative wire, and then we're going to go grab our alternator and put it on. Put it right there where you can easily get to it, because you're going to be sticking it on here and connecting it via these adapters here. Once you cut the wires off there, skin them and get the copper down, you know, not too much of it, just enough to get inside your adapter here. Then we're going to have to pull the little rubber boots back on this like so. We're going to reach over here and get our 3/16 for the hex screw. We want to loosen them up, and then after we insert the copper wire there, we're going to tighten them. Alright, now those are in there good. They're nice and tight. We're going to slide our sleeves back over because you don't want them marking on anything. Those should be good to go. And you can see that one is already ready to go. Now we're ready to get started on the alternator. What you need to do is go grab yourself a nice long breaker bar or a really long ratchet with a 19mm or 3/4 inch drive socket. And what you're going to take apart on this alternator, you're going to have to take apart this wiring harness right here. It just plugs right in. You're going to have to unbolt this fastener right here. You got a fastener up top, fastener right in the middle, and you come down here. This is your tensioner pulley. Right there is the bolt that you're going to be on. It will relieve the tension, and then you pull your belt off right here. Then you'll be able to access those fasteners right here, and this should take about 15 minutes to change the new one in, the old one out. The thing you want to do is come over here to your battery terminal. Go ahead and take apart your battery there. Then you're going to come over here to your alternator. You've got a 10mm here. You got a 10mm up under this little booty here. Then you got to unplug this wiring harness right here. After that, you've got a 14mm right here and a 14mm on the bottom, and you've got a 19mm tension pulley right there. Put tension on it, push down or clockwise when you're facing it, and then you'll be able to pull this belt off right here. You can go ahead and get started if you'd like, taking your belt off or loosening these top two fasteners up, and go ahead and get them out of the way there. Then you're going to take your wiring harness off, pull this booty up, push two clips in, pull it back. Then you got the harness loose. Now you got to take your belt tension off, and then your two fasteners to the alternator off. And all you got to do is push down. You see push down on it, it relieves tension right there. All you got to do is take it off. Now once it's off like so, if you lay it right there underneath where the alternator is, relieve the tension on it. It should sit right there long enough for you to take the other two fasteners off. I like leaving my socket on there, that way it kind of helps block it if it does decide to fall. Now get on the top fastener here, 14mm, loosen it up. The bottom fastener is directly beneath the alternator. It is a 12mm. To get loose, breaking the 12 loose, you just kind of spin it with your fingers when you get it so loose, because the bigger fastener you got is going to be the one here on top. There's the little fastener, a 12mm on the bottom. Now you finish taking out your 14mm right here. Once that 12mm out, it will relieve some pressure on the 14, and then you can turn the 14 out by hand. There's your 14. Now we will pull the alternator out. Just move your wiring harnesses out of the way and unplug this one here on the bottom as well. You can safely move the alternator. And when those are out of the way, you gently just pull it straight up and out. Now you're ready to match it up with your new one and then put the new one in. And then here is our brand slap new one. Put it in the way you took the old one out.
Best bet, once again, enter it through, put the 14mm in first, then line the 12 up, and then slowly start tightening them by hand until you have to pull the ratchet out. Tighten them all up and then reassemble the way you took it off. The one on the bottom's easiest to turn in by hand. It just takes you a minute that you turn it in by hand and work on the top one there. And then reattach your two 10mm fasteners, plug everything back up, start her up and try her out. Now we'll try it out. Brand new alternator. If you like how-to do-it-yourself videos, you like tool reviews, deal alerts, much more, go ahead and pop the clutch on that subscribe button. Go check out my channel over on Facebook and on Instagram and follow along. Until then, if this helped you, comment in the description box below. And as always, go grab yourself some tools and make repairs great again.